when the sun go down. Come on and tell me, my brother. Black man, wake up. Take your rightful place.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My subject is about herbs, root, and voodoo spell. As you can see, I have many variety of herbs here, and I like to speak about herbs because they have such medicinal purpose and their magical power with them. So therefore, that's why I speak about herbs. But before I speak about these herbs, I'd like to inform the viewing audience that I will be exercising my right of the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. So bear that in mind that you also have that right. I like to speak about the Bible a little bit because the Bible speaks of many things. The book is a symbolic book. And the reason why I speak about the book because most black men of the Western world base their mind on the book. And when they're sick, they cannot go to the book to find remedy to get themselves better or get themselves well. So therefore, why base your mind upon the book? Because you said it's an holy book and it's the word of God, God. As I said in my past program, that the word God is given by men. And it's not the power that in the universe. Because the power that is in the universe is unseen to the eyes of men. No man will see the power of the universe. It is too large and it's too small. So therefore, that's why men go on and do killing, fighting, wife swapping, sacrifice, going to the grave, digging up the dead man, eating the flesh, and using the bone for sacrifice. As the book tells you here, as the book stated that men do sacrifice, and it was all magician. It's not hard for you to read that the book is telling you that all these men was magician. It tells you how they kill all these animals and pour the blood upon the altar. What type of God is that? G-O-D, as you call him, need blood. If he's a man and he can create things from nothing, or if he's a woman and she can create things from all things, she don't need anyone or he don't need anyone to give blood to him. He could make his own blood. Therefore, what type of God needs sacrifice of animals? Ecclesiastic chapter 46 tell you how many lamb they kill without blemish and put them upon the altar or underneath the altar. King First chapter 20 tell you that they kill all these animals for sacrifice unto the God. Why you need all these sacrifice unto the God?
What you gonna do?
That doesn't make any sense.
Come on and tell me, my brother.
It does not make any sense.
Black man, wake up.
And he tell you there was magician.
Your rightful place.
Moses, Pharaoh, Aaron, his brother, they all was magician. And they do sacrifice. All of the guys in the Bible do sacrifice. And there was magician. Why the preacher is not reading those part of the book? Because he is afraid that he will not have members in his organization. So he don't read those part. He's afraid. Genesis chapter 22 speak of sacrifice.
Take your rightful place.
3 Kings chapter 8 speak of sacrifice. Genesis chapter 14 speak of sacrifice. Huh? How come the preacher is not reading those? King chapter 4 first. Speak of King chapter. Sorry. First King chapter 28 speak of witchcraft. You could imagine the book you call the Bible speaking of witchcraft? Huh? And you black people of the Western world believe it's for real. How could you believe it's for real, black people? What's wrong? Are you lost your sense of direction and cannot cope anymore? Because you base your mind on the book and believe everything in there is holy and righteous?
You don't know.
Why? The man you call Jesus himself raised dead from the grave. Matthew chapter 9. He speaks of raising dead. Mark chapter 5. He speaks of him raising dead. Huh? So it's not the first time he raised dead from the grave. No. He raised dead in there many places. But what? The man you call Jesus, which his name is Emmanuel, his family have magical power. David is his family. David was a magician. Solomon is Emmanuel family, the man you call Jesus. He has magical power. Jacob is Solomon family. He have magical power. And Joseph is Jacob family. And he have magical power. So how you come about it with all these stories? And the same book that you're reading, the same book is telling you all of that. And you preacher are not reading that part of the book. Your preacher does not know how to use herbs to get the sick people better. Why not? Look at all these herbs that I have here. These are herbs with medicinal purpose, and your preacher does not know how to use them.
When the sun go down,
your preacher is living well, pretty well. He got a nice car, nice home, and members take money every Sunday. Some send letters and give him big donations. And still, the church is not helping the people or teaching the people. We need homes, we need food, we need jobs. If you got food, you don't need any job. It's simple. If you got food, you don't need job. So how can we have food? We must plant a lot of grains so we can have food abundantly for our people. I'm telling you black people that over and over and over. Maybe you said, oh God, he speaks about food all the time. Without food, you're going to perish. If you got food abundantly, like the men in Egypt, all in time gone, they make big places. You call them the pyramid. And they store their grains there because they know what's going to happen. They were smart black men. Don't think they was white men. They were smart black men. They say, hey, sometime or another, rain is not going to fall, and we don't have machine to bring water in and plant grain. So let's store all these grain before the white men take it away from us. They were clever. They're not no dummies. All black men are smart. But most of the black men of the Western world, their knowledge has been beat out of them. Because you were not permitted to do nothing whatsoever. You were not allowed to use the herbs. If you try to use the herbs, the white government will lock you up. You know, lock you up and throw the key away. And no man, as you call God in the heaven or underneath the ocean, can open the doors. Once the government lock you up and throw the key away, nobody open the door. The angel of the earth is the police and the soldiers. Stop fooling your mind, black people, and think there's some man with some wings someplace is going to take you and fly away with you someplace. Excuse me. And you will drink milk and honey. The angel or the police, they subdue you. And the soldiers or the police, the head of the government or the gods, there is no, they fool your mind so much. Wake up. Why do you think God will make you and fill your body with disease and punish you so much that you have to bow down to him? He don't need that. If he have your mind is free. But he can subdue your mind at any time if there's a man named God. Because the word G-O-D is given by man. He don't need to punish you for you to bow down to him. He could appear in the element and warn you and say, listen, I am God, a G-O-D. So therefore, I will be coming pretty soon. So prepare your way. Get your body in order because I will be coming for your spirit or for your soul. Those are those man-made stories up. Because when you're sick, the preachers, when you're sick, it's simple. The preachers is not getting the members better into the church. Do you know how many sick members into the church? And the preacher cannot get them better. Those fake healers that they have, I call them fake healers, not fake healers. Fake healers. They made up stories. They're not getting the people better. So don't fool yourself. They are just wasting time. So if you know to use herbs and roots, you will understand. So don't you go around thinking how to use herbs. I'm here to teach you. I'm your teacher. And what I'm saying to you, you must not use any herbs that is dry, because you will have the color of the liquid this way. And putting this liquid into your body is not good. The liquid from the herbs should be green. If it don't have this dark color, it should be lighter green. See, lighter green. This is extracted from the green leaf of the herbs. Green leaves of the herbs. Like these herbs that I have here must be green. So wake up. So as I was saying before on my past program, that the woman on the moon, on the star, on this, excuse me, as I said in my past program, that the woman, that in her monthly period, on the serpent, on the moon, are the same. They have to change. Every 28 days they change. So as you see, I have a small serpent skin here. As I said before in my past program, that the skin of the serpent can kill a woman in her monthly cycle. Because what coming out of the woman is from the serpent. How do you know it's from the serpent? Experiment. When you experiment, all doctors do experimentation. And that's how they can write everything down on paper with the human body. They experiment with the human body. You know the Gaddafi, the dead body, they call it Gaddafi. Cadabra. So they can experiment with that. They will break the bones and they put it back together. They will break the skulls and they put it back together. You don't need to be dead for them to do that. They will do that with the black men. Experiment. So by experiment with the serpent, you will know that the blood that coming out of the woman when she is seeing her period is the serpent poison. And that can kill a human, the poison. Let me give you one example. If a woman is in her period and she salt pork, her hand will become sweaty. If she holds a salt pork in her hand, her hand will be sweaty for days, 2, 3, 4 days. You get it? If a woman is in her monthly cycle and go into a cornfield before the sun rise, all the corn in the field will go down flat. They will fall down. All the corn in the field will go flat. And when she leaves the cornfield, on the sunrise, the corn will come back straight up. Believe it or not, you can prove it as a woman for yourself, or the husband can prove it with his wife. Must go to the cornfield before the sun rise. And she walk in there, all the corn will fall down. Okay? So experiment is the master. See? Experiment. If you take the skin of the serpent, no, no, I cannot tell you that. You know why? For more information, you can write to me about that. I cannot let you know that. I will get in trouble. And you can see the big skin that I have. I have a big skin here. That is from the Lord serpent. And the serpent can stand up as a man. I will prove it to you in one of my programs that I hold a serpent and he stands straight up as a man. As the book tell you here, see this book? As it tell you that Moses and Pharaoh was fighting over their power. And Moses let the serpent make his rod become a serpent. So that's why the serpent can stand straight up as a man. Experiment, as I said before. So wake your mind up, black men and black women of the Western world. You have a teacher and he's going to teach you anything you want to know. If you want to know about the foundation of the earth, write me a letter. Because most of the black men think it's been created. I am here to tell you nothing has been created and nothing has been formed and nothing has been made. All things were here from time and time and it will remain after time. Can you count that? Everything will remain in time and time. And it will still remain after time. If you can count that, write me a letter. Because nothing has been formed or made or created. Without this book, you cannot prove to me that it was been created. You find this part into the first book. Can you find it another place? Who speak of it being created? The man you call Moses, a black Egyptian. Without Moses, can you speak before Moses? There were people living before Moses. There were many, many, many men and women. Did you understand? There were men before Moses. Adam was not the first man. There was men before Adam. There was people. Adam is the first white man. And where did he came from? I cannot tell you that at this moment. I have all the hands you've been waiting for. So as I said in my program, that Adam is the beginning of the white man. Not the first man upon the face of the earth. Black man came out of the earth and he was among the animals. And he didn't know himself different from the animals. Because there was like one. There was in unity. You know unity? They can touch each other. They was not afraid. They're going to eat the black man, or the black man is going to eat them. Why do you think all animals are afraid of men? Answer this, black people. Why do you think animal is afraid of men? Huh? Because men eat them. The fish in the ocean is afraid of you. The dogs, the puss, the cat, the birds, all afraid of you. It was not like that in past times. They was not afraid. You could put your hands out and they fly in your hands. And if you have unity with these birds, you can put your hands out and they fly in your hands and they will not fly away.
That's what you know.
But you have to experiment.
That's what you know.
They have to trust you that you will not hit them. And then they will come in your hand.
Wake up, black men, wake up.
They understand you, but you don't understand them. So wake up, black man. Wake up. Let's see if we can take this land back and plant grains and have food abundantly.
Ask them.
As I said, I will teach you about magical spell at all time. Every program, I will teach you about a magical spell. So you can understand and start basing your mind on this book. And all the chapters that I gave you from every book of the book you call the Bible, you need to confront your preacher and ask him why he's not reading those parts of the Bible. Oh, those are, we don't read that part anymore.
The kings and queens.
In the new part, in the New Testament, it speaks of sacrifice.
I'm telling you, man.
It do. Why it becomes the New Testament?
Wake up, black man, wake up.
Because every time, for every 2,000 here, you have a desolation. So when this new desolation come, they're going to write another part of it again. They're not going to use the word Jesus again because they said that Jesus is supposed to come back in the year 2000. All your preachers can keep waiting because the 2000 here is going to come and it's going to go back to zero. See, two is number 2. As I said in my program, you have to know the count. You only can count from 1 to 9.
Black man, wake up.
And when he said 2, 1, 2,
Your rightful place.
it's going to be 2. And it's a 2, 0, it's going to be 2. And why you can't count in 2? 2 is divided in 1. See? And it's going to be a force fighting against each other. The dark force and the light force fight against each other. Nothing mystical about it.
You've been sitting
1, no force fight against it. Because it's 1. 2, you have to take 1 and 1 to be 2.
black man.
You get it? And if you take 1 and 1, it's become 11. And if you add it together, it's 2. So 1 and 1, the dark force and the light force is going to fight against each other because you're in the number 2. Your preacher's not telling you that. Why? He don't know that because he don't know about numbers. Number 3 is different. 3. 1 have to go into 1. 1, see? 1, 2, 3. If you divide it, you have to divide by 1. If you divide 2, you divide by 1.
For so long. On the Bible.
So why you're talking about the 2000 here?
With the Bible.
Because they know what's going to happen. The white men that wrote this book already know what's going to take place.
Don't know.
It's not no computers going to break down.
You don't know.
It's the forces going to fight in against each other. We have to have a desolation. Things got to become clean again because the black man is get too filthy. And the black man is going to start all over again, brand new.
What they want,
Brand new black men.
you know.
Huh. And that's what's going to happen.
Wake up, black man.
So if you ready for the 2000, prepare your mind. So you need to have food too. You have to store your food away. Get containers. Put all your food in there. Fruits, dry them out. You can dry the fruits out and save them. Because it's going to be a desolation. Believe it or not.
Ask them.
If you don't believe it, I cannot do nothing.
Marcus Garvey said,
But don't think that it's going to be some God, God, someplace is going to come and destroy the earth. This earth will not move from where it is.
we shall meet the kings and
Black people, it will never move. As I said, it will never The life in the earth will perish away. A new life will come out of the earth, because there is life into the earth more than what is out of the earth. And it will never perish away, as your book is telling you. This book. Never perish away. Black men and black women. So wait until the 2000 year come. Try to be alive and see. And when the earth is not passed away, what are you going to say? It is not time. Every 2000 years a desolation. We haven't lived to see 2000 years as yet. Either men begin to fight and burn the place down completely, or the water flood the place and start everything over. Or the water will take itself and move to another planet with all the life in there. The moon was another planet before with life. The water left there and come to this planet. Have you ever seen a water sprout? You need to travel the ocean and you see the water sprout. It's like you turn the hose upside. Turn the water up into the element. It has such power it can suck everything up. It's like a funnel. It can suck everything up. Man, bird, bees, fish, everything, and carry it to another planet. That's how nature do its thing. Not no men coming with some wing, going to take it to some other places. So you need to wake up, black man. As I said, I'm going to give you a magical spell in every program that you can learn how to use herbs. And stop following the tradition of the white men. And stop basing your mind upon this white woman and this white man that you call JUSUS. Stop basing your mind on that, because that man is just another man. See, he's not the original man. And if you think he's the original man, keep on thinking, because I know he's not the original man. He's just half a man, but he's inherit the earth at this time, because through you lost your sense of direction, you let him inherit the earth. I'm here to gather you up together. Let's gather up the black men together and take the land back from the white men, because the land is not theirs. So let's take it and we can plant grains so we can have food abundantly. Black men and black women, I'm telling you that. Did you hear me? Let's take the land back and plant grain so we can have food abundantly. And all the black leaders need to start think. All the black leaders need to start think. What can we do to gather our people together? See? Because if we don't gather our people together, we just waste time. We just waste time. Don't make name for yourself. Make a name for all the black men and black women. And remember, we was kings and queens. Let's take the land. Let's learn how to use herbs again. And you better listen to me, black men, else you're going to perish. You better listen to me. We can't just go around in the filthy state of our race. We were not filthy. You got black men and black women who were walking on the continent of Africa butt naked for many years, many time gone. We wasn't raping our children. You can see every part of their bodies. It was nothing. Why all of a sudden black men is raping black women, holding them and having sex with them without their permission? And let other people are doing it with our people. Experiment with our people. You can't let that happen. No. You can't let that happen. You got to stop it, black man. And stop doing what other races are doing. putting your mouth someplace where it don't supposed to be. Your mouth is to eat food and talk out of. Communicate with the animals, the birds, and other men. Not to put him out in some filthy place, in some waste substance of another man's body, or a waste substance of another girl's body. Girls are doing that. Boys and boys are doing that. Have you seen all the black men become filthy? It's a shame and it's a disgrace to our people. I am not speaking to another race. To our people, it's a shame and disgrace. Many preachers know what's taking place and they just sit back. I don't care. She's not my daughter. I don't care. She's not my son. And that's what they're saying. They don't care. They don't care if you sit in filth. They don't care. As long as the money is coming in, they do not care. Because you're living good. They don't care if your body filled with disease. They are living good, so it makes no difference to them if you're living good or not. As long as they can dress